my shirt.
You need the other one up your arm.
It just doesn't show up so good.
Halfway.
You're like all cicadas all over the day, Lily.
Get them.
Hide in the swing set, all full of cicadas.
Mountain Warriors here. We are going to be talking about the 17-year cicada invasion, the 2004 cicada invasion, where billions of cicadas come out, mainly in the eastern states of America. And this is a crazy thing that happened that I was only 5 years old, but I still remember it. It's one of the few memories I have from that long ago, and it's definitely a crazy event. Basically, billions of cicadas come out of the ground. They climb the trees, they lay eggs, fall back into the ground, and then come out another 17 years. Some cicadas do come every year, but this massive invasion of cicadas only happens every 17 years.
Yeah, definitely. Like we had talked about earlier, the invasion comes and a lot of them coming out of the ground in places where, unfortunately what you got to remember too is within 17 years of when they've been here last and laid the eggs, if anyone's done any kind of excavating, construction work or whatever, that can obviously destroy some of those eggs that are waiting to come out. But there's plenty of land and plenty of room for these to continue to keep coming out, and we are definitely expecting a pretty big invasion again, like we did back in 2004. 2004, it looked like the entire yard was moving at times. It was really neat to see at night, and obviously they work out of the ground, up the trees, like Kenny said, amongst a lot of predators waiting for them. There's animals that only get to eat these every 17 years. Now there is an annual cicada that comes every year. That's a different type of cicada, but this is definitely more on a mass volume of what comes out, and I think a lot of the animals enjoy that. And obviously there's so many, why that happens is so that they still have the opportunity to mate, lay the eggs again to where they come back in another 17 years, and this process continues itself. So it's a pretty neat nature thing with evolution of whatever the cicada is and what it's doing.
Yeah, we have a lot of footage we're showing right now of when the cicadas were climbing up the trees. A lot of the footage I only remember from the footage. I remember a few different moments with the cicadas from my actual life, but there is a lot of crazy footage of all of them on the trees, on the ground, picking them up, putting them on us, and walking up us. They definitely are. Some people seem to be very afraid of them. I don't remember being afraid of them. I mean, I didn't like them trying to crawl on my shirt, but they are. I remember being in a water park, picking them up, saving them out of the water, especially during that major invasion, which I think even this year, there's going to be billions of them with the 17-year one. But then the next year, there's probably still going to be a lot. Apparently, they'll stick around till August. But I remember the years following it, there's still a lot that come out maybe a little late.
Yeah, I believe they will be flying around for months to come once they do arrive. Definitely looking forward to, like we said, kind of what happened back in 2004. Like Kenny said, I think we'll have pictures to show you of the cicadas, just how they do look a little scary to people. Obviously, they're an insect, so people don't necessarily like them on them. They can make some pretty scary noises at times, especially if you go to pick them up, which we probably shouldn't do. And I think there's pictures of them on my kids at the time, on their face, on their shirts, and honestly, sometimes you couldn't help it, because they are quite honestly flying around like a swarm at times, and it can be kind of a deafening noise as well. It's one of those white noise things that you get so used to that you don't even really realize it's around. It's like a fan noise, but they do fly around, hit you in the face. I can only imagine how many get killed by cars, not only get picked off by nature and animals, but probably people too, as well as just jogging down the street, walking around, whatever it may be. But there will be plenty of cicadas, and hopefully we'll get plenty of videos on top of the pictures we have from the past.
Yeah, and if you're in any of the states, including Ohio, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, Indiana, even Alabama might still be getting cicadas. Those are the main states. I think even up towards New York might be getting cicadas as well. It's really, I'll be showing the map now. There's different kinds of cicadas that come out, but they mainly are coming out in the eastern states, the central to mid-eastern states. and I'm showing on this map right now. That's where they came out and where they're expected to be, because where they were before is most likely where they laid the eggs. They're going to come out again in that same spot. The ones that haven't come out early, or the ones that aren't going to come out late.
No, and the final thought is, like, I think we've actually seen for the last couple years some that have come out early. So obviously nature as a whole, you know, you would think the majority of these are coming out this year, but they have been dug up. I'm sure they've been eaten by, you know, animals as we speak for years now. And quite honestly, it is important for them to, I believe, to have trees to do their things as well, to climb
big
up,
tree.
do their thing in the trees, lay the seeds back in the ground. And we have a big, huge tree that we'll show a picture of here in our backyard. We have several Rose of Sharon trees around the border of our yard, which I'm sure they'll use those as well. And the neighbors have maples, oaks, things like that they'll use. We did have one that was kind of cut down next door, so they will no longer have that one to use. But there are, luckily, with this neighborhood being established for a long time, there's going to be plenty of big trees for them to climb. And hopefully there wasn't a lot of major construction or excavating that would take out a lot of, you know, what the cicadas numbers will be. Really looking forward to the Cicadas 2021 for our Mountain Warriors channel, and obviously just being nature guys, you know, this is definitely a neat experience and something you only get to experience so much in your life. So I feel very fortunate, and I'm looking forward to this going on here soon.
Yeah, we're going to be doing another video as they emerge. They're expected to emerge as the weather gets warmer. It's apparently a warm rain is supposed to make them come out, and it's supposed to get warmer this week and the next week. So expect it soon on the backyard cams, but also a more in detail video of when they actually come out. The 17-year cicada invasion 2021.
Mountain Warriors out.